I'm Dr. Babu. Today we are going to see marketing, introduction of marketing. I'm going to take you to a journey wherein I'm going to give you an idea what is marketing, the concept of marketing, and some of the ingredients of marketing. To begin with, what is marketing? Can you guess? Marketing is a subject which many of us are the opinion that it is a common sense. Do you agree with me? Yeah, it is a subject of common sense. You know, marketing, as you see here, it offers creative solution to complex challenges. Why do I say that? Look at some of the successful companies of India, at least to begin with. All these companies, if you look at it, they produce simple products which reduces the complexity of the usage. Take for example, the water purifier which the Tatas have recently introduced. Earlier, when you talk about a purifier, you need electricity and you need a running water. Today, look at a great company introducing a water purifier that doesn't require electricity nor running water. Is it not something great? Good water, clean water, reaching to millions and millions of people, and this has been effectively communicated. That is the greatness of marketing. So look at here, marketing offers creative solutions to complex challenges. How does it sound? And look at the next one. Can any company survive without marketing? Please understand, marketing department is the only department that brings revenue. All other departments, of course, they do support, but then marketing is the only department that brings revenue. Look at here, the financial success of companies depends on effective marketing ability. I'm giving you some examples here. Some of the companies, they have been doing extremely well. Take for example ITC, a company that started with hospitality business. Today, they have so many verticals and their turnover is over 15,000 crore. Why it is so? Because they are an effective marketing company. Whatever vertical they are in, they are extremely good. Take the case of Britannia. They are giving a tough fight to their competitor Parley, and look at them, the manner, the way in which they have been reaching consumers in large numbers. Take the case of Honda. Honda was a company tied up with Hero, and it's a great brand. When they separated, a lot of competitors were of the opinion, how can Honda survive? Today, you look at it, Honda is a brand in India to reckon with. These all because of effective marketing that has been played out. Now, what is marketing? I'm trying to give you a little idea what is marketing. Look at here. It's a societal process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating, offering, and freely exchanging products and services of value with others. Does it make sense? What is marketing? So it's a societal process. So when I say it's a societal process, you need people around. You cannot be a marketer, you cannot do marketing without your own consumers and customers. So it's a societal process. You need people, you need buyers. Now, what's happening in this marketing? In this particular play, what's happening? You have got individuals and groups, they obtain what they need, want through creating and offering, freely exchanging products and services. I'll come to need and want a little later, but then all you need to understand, marketing is a process. You have got group of people, and the one group tries to understand what the other group wants, and then you create product, and then you offer that product but remember, communication is very key aspect of this whole process. You need to communicate and you need to deliver. Now, look at here. That's what I was just telling you earlier. You need to create. Now, when I say you need to create something which pre-exists, but then an effective marketer who creates. Take for example, we all used to travel, and whenever you need to go from one place to the other place, you need a car. What we do? We simply look out for a car, we flag, and the driver comes and stops. Or at the most, you have the number, you call up the driver, and the driver comes and he delivers some service. Now, somebody thought of a concept called aggregating. Now, what does it mean? In the sense, you have an app with you and you know a brand name. For example, here, for the ease of use, I would say Ola. Now, you want to travel from one place to the other, you have downloaded an application, and then with that application, you mention from where to where you want to go, and the car is there for you. You give the time. So look, you create a service or a product, then you deliver. Now, not only you are delivering, you are communicating. The communication comes, much before. You create the service, you create the product, and then you communicate. Therefore, your communication reaches the correct segment, and then you deliver. Now, marketing management, is it is it only the creating and delivering and communicating? No. When you talk about marketing management, it encompasses reading or studying or researching the need of the customer. That's very important. You have to read, you have to research, you have to study the need, then you create the product and then deliver the product, and before delivering, communicate. After communication, ensure that your consumer is happy. Can you exist without a happy consumer? No, you cannot exist. So therefore, the feedback is also very important. Look at here, what is given here. Marketing management is the art and science of choosing target markets and getting and keeping and growing customers through creating, delivering, and communicating superior customer value. Remember, creating a superior customer value is a key. Now, I'm going to run through what is marketed. Well, can I market you? Of course I can market you. If you have a brand value, why a person like Amitabh Bachchan or Sachin Tendulkar, they are taking a royal sum like 5 crore and 7 crore for an endorsement? Because they are a brand themselves. Now, I'm taking you to some of the entities that can be marketed. Goods. Now, to begin with, what you buy from a shop, like for example, let it be a matchbox, or let it be a TV or white goods or anything. These are all goods. Goods can be marketed. Services. I need a haircut. Now, I need that services, or I'm tired after a working day, so I want to visit a spa, or I'm flying from one place to the other place on a job. Services, airline services, for example, events. Have you not visited some of the sports event with your families? Or have you not visited some of the events where some some celebrity is coming and having a program? Events, yeah, or experiences. Many a times, you go to certain places and experience that particular happy, experience. For example, you go to a place with a family and then enjoy a happy ride. So these all, water park, for example, that could be an experience. Like persons, what you see here, there are persons like Sachin Tendulkar, Shah Rukh Khan, or some celebrity, a sports celebrity or a film celebrity. They all come and sell a product or a brand. Places like Rajasthan, for example, or places like Kashmir, These all can be marketed. Are you not seeing an advertisement quite often from Kerala tourism, or Rajasthan tourism, or Madhya Pradesh tourism? We can sell these places, properties. You can buy a land, you can buy apartments, you can buy villas. These are properties. And organizations, there are plenty of organizations, they work for a cause, so that can be marketed. Information, you go for a health checkup and you need to know what is what is the status of your blood, or what is the status of your or rather doctors suggest you to take to examine some of maybe your sugar level or your salt level. And what the lab is doing is taking the sample, is giving you information, and then you are paying for that service. Information and ideas. Now ideas can be sold, right? Don't drink and drive, a great idea. Have you not seen some of the advertisements given by the government of India? So these all different entities that can be marketed. Now let's move on to what is a simple marketing system. I have already in fact touched upon this. You have people, group of people, sellers for example, just to make it simple, and you have got group of buyers. Now what's happening in this system, you have communication flowing from the sellers to buyers. So you have sellers communicating to you, hey listen, I have this product for you. So you have sellers communicating to the buyers, and then the seller is sending goods and services. You as a buyer, you buy, you consume that service, and then if you have anything to say as a feedback, again you have feedback going, hey, this is a good product, this is a good service. So this is what is a simple marketing system, wherein you have got group of sellers, buyers, and the buyer is communicating, seller is communicating, and buyer is receiving this communication, and then there is a buying process. You give money, you take product and service. After consuming, you also inform, yes, this is something good, this is something bad. Now let's look at different markets. You could see here there are 4 types of markets: consumer markets, business markets, non-profit and government markets, and global markets. So what is consumer markets? You sell a product. For example, I am selling a pen to you. Now if you use that particular pen, I would say you are my end user, you are my consumer. So I am selling a product, and then you are buying this. Well, I am a seller, you are a buyer, and that's my consumer market. You buy soap, or as you see here, anything. If you are an end user, or somebody is buying, right, and the end user is within the family. For example, I am selling a milk powder. Now a milk powder is purchased by a mother, and the end user in this case could be the child, the infant. Then again, this is a consumer market. Now if you look at buyer, let's move on to next, business markets. What do you mean by business markets? The business markets wherein the seller is selling his product to a buyer who is not the end user. Now am I making sense? Now what do you mean by a seller selling to an end user? I can give you a very simple example. Like you have a tire manufacturer, for example, let's say Seat tire. Now Seat company is selling a tire, the company's tires to, let's say, Toyota. Now Toyota is buying these tires, and they fit, right, fit for their cars, and these cars are later sold to end user. So in this particular case, for Seat, manufacturer, a seller of Seat tires, Toyota is a business market. Am I making sense to you? Now you have a seller, you have a buyer. This buyer is not the end user, whereas he buys his product, he uses his product, and then his final product is being sold to an end user. Very interesting, isn't it? Now, we have consumer markets, we have business markets, and we have something called non-profit and government markets. This is again a very important market. Like, for example, I am giving you an example. Look at, GMR infrastructure. Now, today there is a news item. GMR, infrastructure, they approached the government of Philippines to build 4 airports. Now, if you look at, this market is a very dynamic market, very unique market. Your whole, the dynamics, the business dynamics changes here. So you have a market that is very exclusive. Do you have large number of, buyers, in the sense customers? No. In not-profit and government markets, you will not find too many buyers, but then the volume of business would be very high. Now come to the 4th one, global markets. The global market is something, it's evolving. Like, for example, in India, you're selling a brand and you're selling in one particular state, and you move on to different states. The consumer behavior, the consumer dynamics are different in India. Now, the moment you move out, you go to different countries, the consumer behavior changes. So therefore, it's very important for you to move out to global market, because the moment you go to global markets, the nuances changes and the dynamics changes, the value changes. So we have 4 markets here. We have consumer market, we have business markets, we have non-profit markets, and we have got global markets. Now, let me take you to some basic concepts of, marketing. It's a very important concept what you see here. Needs, wants, and demands. Very interesting. I'm sure you must have heard about all these words or concepts. Let me tell you what is need, what is wants, and what is demand. Okay, what do you mean by need? Well, the literal meaning, if I ask you, you may tell me, what is need? I need water, I need air, I need food. Does it make sense? Like, say, these are something very basic. For our existence, you need water, you need food, and you need, air, something very, very basic all of us need. Now, then what is want? When I say need is basic, what is want? Look at here. Now, when I'm hungry, I would, if I'm from India, I would eat chapati, a sabji, and let's say a dahi. Now, same time, somebody who is in Afghanistan, for a meal, he might have chapati, and instead of, in place of, in place of a curry, he might, need a lamb, and so on. Why? Because it is shaped by the society. Now, you have a breakfast, a simple, breakfast, a vegetarian breakfast. But at the same time, somebody in Europe having a breakfast, he might, have sort of, let's say, a hamburger or something, with a non-vegetarian ingredient, because he is used, that type of food, because he, ingrained his habits just because he is from that society. Okay? So need is something very basic, and want is something which is shaped by our society. Now let me take you to a demand. What do you mean by demand? Look, as a marketer, I'm selling a product. I'm selling a car that's of 40 lakhs. Now, would you say that you don't like a car of 40 lakhs? I'm sure you would love to own a car of 40 lakhs. But the question is, can you afford? Look, need is something different. I need to move from one place to the other place. Want is something different. But when it comes to, demands, see, your want is supported or backed by the ability to pay. Then, as a marketer, I would say, I have a demand, right? There is a demand because I have a consumer who can pay 40 lakhs. Does it make sense? So, you have need, want, and demands. Now, I am taking you to other, item, needs. Now, as you see here, there are 5 needs. A very interesting, a concept. You will find it, very interesting as we go through. Now, as a customer, as a consumer, there could be 5 needs, and it's very important as a marketer to understand these needs. What do you mean by stated needs? For example, let's say I'm buying a car. Now, my budget is somewhere around 8 to 10 lakhs. Now, I would say I need an inexpensive car. So, to my standard, because I'm relatively comparing with a car that is 30 lakhs. So, I would say I need an inexpensive car in the sense, let's say a Toyota. Now, the real need, the operating cost should be low. So, that is also at the back of my mind. I would invest about 8 lakhs, and then I expect, the cost should be low, and unstated needs, which I would not tell my seller or my dealer, but my unstated needs, good service. Isn't it not a good expectation, a reasonable expectation? Unstated needs, I need a good service from you, right? So, good service. And delight needs, which certainly I am not going to tell you. Like when I come to you, when I buy the cards, give me something which you have, that's not part of the deal. You give me a GPS navigation tool, a gizmo, I'd be very happy. Won't be very happy when you get such a device? So that is known as delight needs. And then comes secret needs. What do you mean by secret needs? Don't you think that I would be very happy if my neighbor looks at me driving this good car of 8 lakh, which I would not tell you, nor I'm going to express this, but within me, within every buyer, within every consumer, there is a need called secret needs. I want my neighbor to see, I want my my friend to see driving this car. So you as a marketer, is your responsibility to understand these needs and offer your service, offer your product based on these needs. So now let's see how many needs are there. See, look at here. You have got stated needs, you have real needs, you have unstated needs, delight needs, and secret needs. If you can offer all these needs, if you can offer a product catering to all these needs, I bet you are going to be a very good marketer. Now, I'm going to take you to very interesting concepts of marketing. Now, see here, there are 5 concepts. The first one, I'm taking here is production concept. So, what do you mean by production concept? See, production concept, very simple. It's a very conservative, I must tell you, this is an old concept wherein you keep producing as much as possible. Only object is to reduce the cost. Although I have given examples here, Lenovo and Haier, but then this is not exactly the correct example in the sense I keep on producing products. My only focus is produce products of the lowest, right, at the lowest cost. I can give you an apt example. When car was introduced in the world, Ford Motors, they started producing cars in large quantity. Now I remember Ford, his only focus was produce cars of lower cost, produce as much as possible. You will be surprised. Today you are looking at cars of unimaginable colors. Those days when car was introduced, only one color, black color, because Ford thought the moment I change color, there's a cost involved in this. How about this? In fact, there's a very famous statement by Ford. As long as you like black color, I have no problem. I can give you cars. Just imagine. So the concept was production. Keep producing. Don't think anything about that. Now what is the next concept? Shall we move on to the next concept? The next concept is product concept. Now you started focusing more and more on production. Now you give importance to the product and product features. Very important. You introduce innovative feature, and you give importance to the quality and performance. It's better. So you have consumers liking the product because the product is better. There is a variant within the product range. Making sense? Now, what is the third one? A very interesting concept. The third one is selling concept. Look, I produce, and my only objective is selling to you. So me as a marketer, I'll come, I'll sell. Selling, nothing. I'm not looking at the after sales service, or I'm not looking at anything. For me, I have to sell. I have a product, I have to sell. Is it a good concept? I don't think it's a good concept. If you have a product and if you want to sell, selling is the end? No, selling is not the end. You have to sell the product, go back to the consumer, understand whether the consumer is happy, and then take the feedback, improve the product if it is required, come back to the consumer, give a better product. That is the quality of a marketer. Now, from selling, we are moving on to marketing concepts. Look at here, marketing concept is very interesting. If you see here, sense and respond, what does it mean? That means you understand the need of the consumer. That's very important. You need to research and understand the need of the consumer, and then create a product or service, and then let it be customer centered. It should be based on the consumer need, and the customer is everything. And then again come back, take the feedback, keep changes. I have given an example, Dell. Why Dell is one of the largest selling computers in the world? Simple. You offer a product that is what a consumer is looking for, period. So under marketing concepts, you are selling a product after studying the need and sell the product, take the feedback, again improve the product. Now I'm taking you to another improvised or improved concept known as holistic marketing concept. Now, what do you mean by holistic marketing concepts? Now, I think this is something new, wherein everybody in the system, in the ecosystem of marketing, knows the importance of marketing, and you as a marketer, you sensitize everybody. Now, what is holistic marketing? Now, to begin with, the component of holistic marketing, I would say relationship marketing. Now, what do you mean by relationship marketing? Now, relationship marketing, wherein you have got customers, employees, and all other partners, you have to sensitize every partner in the whole system. What is the importance of marketing? Now, you may have a channel partner, a retailer, but without his understanding of the relevance of marketing, you cannot be successful. Cipla is a very successful company, and if you look at the relationship marketing of their partners, fabulous. And you also have another example, Marico. Imagine a company which sold raw coconuts. I mean, if you look at their background and history, Marico was founded with the objective of selling coconuts. Then they started producing oil. Then they added a lot of other products. They added value. Today, Marico is one of the most respected FMCG companies. That's why? Because they realize the relationship marketing is very important. Now, I am taking to the another component of this holistic marketing, integrated marketing. Now, the word integrated marketing, if you look at it, the communication is very, very important. That should move to every corner. Everybody should know why you exist, what is your mission, what is your vision, what is that value proposition you give. Look at here, integrated marketing. Now, integrated marketing, where each must deliver, as you see here, a consistent brand image. You can't have a better example than a Singapore Airlines. The moment, you think of flying, and the moment, somebody says Singapore Airlines, what does it come to your mind? The best service, in-flight service, the new aircrafts, on-time takeoff, on-time landing. And do you think that, this happened all of a sudden? No. I think you have a marketing company here. They communicated this consistently to everybody. Your employee, an outsider, even the ticket selling agents and consumers. So, integrated marketing, all communication must be integrated. That's a very, very important aspect of holistic marketing. Now, internal marketing. Now, when I say internal marketing, listen, you are dealing with your own people, but of different departments. You have an accounts department, you have manufacturing department, you have personnel department. Every department knows the importance of marketing. Now, just imagine, you get into a factory and you're asking some key features of a product of, let's say, a factory of a car manufacturing. Now, if a lower grade employee can attend to your need and he can answer, he can take you, he can attend to you, or as a matter of fact, anybody in this particular factory, realizing that you could be one potential buyer, that means everyone, as you see here, embraces appropriate marketing principles. See, marketing today doesn't belong to marketing department alone. Marketing is nothing but, selling your product and being closer to your consumers, take a feedback and give the feel-good factor to your consumer, your end user. Now, see here, what you see here, you have senior management department, and you've got marketing department, and you have other departments. If every department can understand, and if they can, get along with the thought, the very thought of buyer is a king, then that sums up everything. That is what you are known as internal marketing. Now, Shoppers Stop is one good example, or there could be many examples. You walk into Shoppers Stop, and you're going to feel that everybody is attending to you, because the DNA of Shoppers Stop is that consumer is a king. You walk in anytime. If you have got a problem, they address. If you want to see some product, you'll have people attending to you. So these all, the important criteria, the expected criteria of internal marketing. Now let's move on to the performance marketing. What do you mean by performance marketing? Now, performance marketing is you spend like 100 crore. Now, if you spend 100 crore on marketing, now what is the return? No, without return, I don't think no company would, spend. I'm just giving you an example because as per the market reports, housing.com quite recently, they spent 200 crore for their marketing promotion. 200 crore. And what is your take on this? A company spending 200 crore for promoting their services, that means the financial accountability of the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer, must be phenomenal, isn't it? So you need to devise your promotion keeping financial accountability in your minds. So now we are moving on. This is what the different components of the holistic marketing. Now we are moving on a very common cliche in marketing. We call it marketing mix. You buy any product, any service. Now it will have predominantly 4 components. You have product and place, in the sense the product is being sold at a particular place, and you have a price for it. And when a product comes with a price and that is being sold in a place and somebody is promoting, you go to a shoe shop, let's say for example Bata. Now you go and buy your desired shoe because Bata had already promoted this to you, so you come to know Bata, this particular shoe is available in this particular shop. So marketing mix consists traditionally 4 components: product, price, place and promotion. Now we have some more components added to this: people. Without people, can any marketing, as a matter of fact, any company function? I don't think it can function. And performance, as I told you, the performance is very important. On-time delivery and taking a feedback from the consumer, right? And the value added to this consumer, meeting to the product, meeting the expected value of this particular feature of a product, and processes and programs. These all can be added in the 4 P's. So now, so far what is that we have seen? We have seen the concept of marketing, the basic marketing, what is marketing, marketing management, and the different aspects of marketing, and then 4 P's, what it consists of. So thank you so much. I'm sure this session would have given you a little overview of what is marketing. All the best.